flip me the wrong way, of course. Even if you try to get it the right way. Anyways, look, quick little live here. Outrageous. How outrageous, you say? Very outrageous. Now, I thought this was just a call well being check till November 24th of 2021. Not true. 2024, 2024, November 24th, Adizio will be out. Okay? He will be out. I don't understand how you get this ridiculous with this. I mean, this takes the cake. I called him up. I thought he was only until this November. Turns out a whole nother year he has to do in there. This prosecutor can now be held criminally responsible for what has been done, the false claims and allegations. I have called to this attorney. What's up, Minnesota News Now? Was just watching yours. There is no call. There is no reason for this. I called the probation officer. He will not answer his phone. He has not for the last month. I don't understand this young man. What are they thinking about keeping him for 360 days? I said, did he violate the protection order? We can't answer that. Did he violate some part of this sentence, this probation? Was he on physical we can't answer that. We can't tell you that. We can't tell you why he's booked back into here. We can't tell you how he messed up. This man has 3 kids. Randall Adizio. There's no way. There's just no way. He has 3 kids. How are you going to tell me that he deserves to do 360 days? I will be calling for 360 days. This is just now thinking into me. I want to go down to the federal courthouse in Outagamie County, Wisconsin. I want to file an injunction, a lawsuit. I want to slap them with torts, claims. I'm calling everybody, and I think that they should do the same. Everybody needs to get in on this, and anybody that isn't calling should be calling. You have no reason not to call this number. I promote this very much so. This needs to be petitioned. We need to plan protests outside the courthouse, protests outside the jail. We must gather up everybody and anybody who has any kids, any mothers, any fathers that care about their children, their kids, how do you, policing for profit is at an all-time high in America. I just realized this. This will not end. These people want him, they want to extort him for his money, commissary money, phone money, visits. They want me to pay $15 to visit the man. They want me to pay to come visit. I don't understand. How did we get there from here? And how do we transition to a place of normalcy in America? When are they going to quit doing this to people that have full-time jobs? They hold CDLs, they're voters, they're gun owners, they have rights, and you have violated their civil rights. You have thrown them in a cage for over a year with murderers, rapists, with all types of people, young, old, for 360 days. And if I remember correctly, he was in for months. because he flipped off somebody in a Porsche. Are you kidding me? I don't want to be a United States citizen any longer. I do not want my social security card. I don't need my driver's license. I don't want it. I have no hope for America. I wish to say that there is hope, but there is no hope. People will step over a body and allow him to be gone away from his kids for 360 days. I don't believe in any one of you who is sitting behind a computer right now and is not making these phone calls every day. I cannot stand 90% of you on here. I don't get any of you. You should be outraged at your government. You should be outraged at your constituents, at who you put into office. You should revoke you should take back your votes. Do not vote anymore as a United States citizen. You should vote out anybody that is holding office right now, immediately. You should not vote anymore in this dump of an election. This is garbage. You cannot do this to the American people. They have done nothing wrong, and you can't tell me that they have. And every time I've asked you, what did this man do? You will not tell me a judge's name. I asked you specifically, and you will not tell me one person who you have not, the judge's name, you will not tell me who has violated a protection order. You won't tell me what he did to break the law or how he violated his probation and what law he specifically broke. No probation officer has told me over the 30 days that I have called them anything that he has done. If he knows the charge, then he would say the charge. He has never called me. He has never said what he has done to be revoked, especially for 360 days. There is no call for this behavior in our justice system. There is no need for these officers to think that they're judge, jury, and executioner and not let people get to court, not allow people a voice. There is no point. I think that an immediate appeal is needed. I think a fund is needed to set this all up so that this quits happening. A federal lawsuit injunction needs to be filed. There is no, you're just not gonna get me to say this is not violating his rights, his civil rights. At this point, it's violating his civil rights. It didn't violate anybody in the car next to him's rights. It did not stop them from their free speech. It didn't stop them from stopping their Porsche or driving down the road. It did not hurt anyone. There's no victim, there's no crime. It baffles me that people sit at a computer and go along with this kind of behavior and do nothing about it. If you have $2 to rub together, if you have anything to donate to him, if you have anything to give him throughout the next year, be sure and do so. If you want to go down to Wisconsin and file a federal lawsuit, I'm already on it. To file the USC 44-1983, I will go on pacer.gov. I will download the USC 44 1983 form. There is no purpose for this. There's no call for this. What you have done to this man in taking him away and depriving him of his freedom, you shall be punished for. You, sir, as a prosecutor, should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. You should be ousted as the prosecutor on the case, and the judge should be disbarred. The end, period, no questions asked. There is no reason. And the fact that I can't get a guy on the phone, done. You're done. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I'm not interested in getting a phone call from this judge at all. I'm not interested in getting a call from the state's attorney. I think that you're all oath breakers at best. I think that the federal courts will definitely be seeing me and my face. That is 100% fact. There's no way that you in America can just single someone out and you think you can get away with this. You think, listen. Here's what it really is. I'll put my money on it right now. Here's the money on it right now. It honestly, look. How much is the filing fee for the USC 44 1983, right? It's $500, right? There's $500. There's the filing fee. Who wants to go file it? Which lawyer wants to go file it? Which one wants to file it on the state of Wisconsin, down at the police department? And who's the officer that charged him with the public nuisance of the middle finger? Who's the original officer? Who's the original complainant? That's my money. I put my money where my mouth is, because I guarantee you I'm gonna win. You took a man's civil rights away for a middle finger. That's what you did. And the state of Wisconsin knows it. I don't have a problem with filing it. I don't have a problem. If you're in the 8th Circuit, if you're in the Midwest, you're probably in the 8th Circuit. So at the top of the paper, a lot of people don't even know. So maybe we need to bust this out. You guys can go look at my previous lawsuit against the city of Sioux Falls. By the time I get to Wisconsin, there will be another lawsuit in the state of Wisconsin. For sure. 100%. And if it costs $450, I'll have the $450. And if it costs $5, I'll pay the $5. And if Wisconsin has, I don't know, but we'll see here on pacer.gov. We'll see what it really is. That's being done also. They are being dealt with as we speak. And when I see my jail acting in the same way, it concerns me that there may be a class action lawsuit that needs to take place pertaining to multiple states. That these egregious grievances, violations at the jails that are occurring with people dying, that are very serious. They're not giving people mental health care, let alone physical care for med staff. They're not qualified. I can totally tell you without a doubt that this is going on in 50 states. Policing for profit is going on in all 50 states and should be dealt with immediately. Violations in the medical sector are so... I've reached out to a lawyer today out of Seattle, Washington, hoping to get a call back tomorrow. But with any luck, We'll have somebody down here in Sioux Falls dealing with that, and we'll go on to Wisconsin. As far as everybody else is concerned, I would pick up your state. I would handle your state. I would file in your state. I would start contacting these high profile attorneys. I'm talking the highest, some of the biggest, most expensive. We're talking, they win six figures. I mean, I don't know, we're talking $6.5 million. So the people I talk to, we're not playing in small claims court anymore, $10,000. We're up there a ways in federal. Believe me, don't believe me, call my bluff, tell me he ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. No. I'm sick of watching it. I'm sick of being there weekends watching you violating people's human rights, not giving them medical attention, and not just doing it once or twice, but people can piles and mounds while your toilets do not flush. Human rights violation, human feces everywhere, overflowing in the toilets. Filthy. Nobody, as far as I'm concerned, it goes unchecked. These people are not looking after the facilities. Nobody's coming in here. There's no checks and balances. There's no oversight. These people get paid a minimal $22 an hour, $19 an hour. They do their room checks and they go out and they take their smoke breaks. That's from what I know now. Med staff is not doing their job. Jail is saying that they are not complicit. They are not with. Okay, my last thing that they said something telling. They said they are not from the state of South Dakota. These med staff are sent in from a different company. They are not owning up. They are not on the county payroll. They are sent in from a different company. We have big problems, because these people are not even from our state. They don't even live in our state. These med staff are not hired by Minnehaha County. That is a problem. And they work in multiple states. They probably work in Wisconsin as well, the Midwest states. Yeah, it's a good question. Page B, the company. Call up the Minnehaha County jail and ask them what company they're specifically with. I've already gotten the answer. I didn't write it down. A firm? I feel like it's something with an A or an F or, nobody pays me the big bucks. I'm not making millions off of these lawsuits, okay? These lawsuits get me pennies on the dollar. Last time I was paid out on a federal lawsuit, the state versus Jim Banbury, I got a check for $15 in the mail, boys and girls. When you win big, winning big, it's 15 bucks. Okay? Even if you win 6.5, but you say it's a class action lawsuit, that could mean there could be 6.5 million people in that lawsuit that each get 15 bucks. To each their own. I want you guys to know what you're looking at for money. When you think you're going to get a lot of money, there's a lot of people that have been hurt in these class action lawsuits, and some of them are so mentally not there, not aware. They're mentally suffering from brain. What's that called when you're getting old? Your brain's not functioning the way it did before. You're zoning out, and you're old. I just want you to know, if you're with or anybody involved in the Minnehaha County Jail and you have been treated medically so horribly that you have pissed or you have lost bodily function, if you have been abused by the police brutality, but also jail staff brutality, there's people out there that will help you. There's people that will get you 5-figure settlements. Broken arms, broken limbs, broken nerve damage, brain damage. I really want you to know that you're not in this alone. And although it feels like it's alone, you can't get your copies, you can't get video evidence, you can't get their body cams. Their body cams go missing. I want you to know that they can be compelled in a federal lawsuit. They can be compelled to testify and held accountable for their actions in a federal setting, doing interrogatories in a room and made to answer your questions and the questions that you seek. And you can have up to 20, 40 questions lined up for them and just hammer them home. There is no way that they need to continue getting away with this any further. If I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is, you should be too. You should be fed up, sick of it, sick and tired of the meticulous, systematic lying, double dealing, cheating, the sleight of hand gestures, I talk a good game in one hand, but I throw you in prison with the other. I'm so ready to get rid of you because you don't fit middle America. You don't fit high class, high society. You matter. It's all about you, not me. It's about you. I can't do it alone. I'm just one guy. And you can't either. But with your stories, with when people say, "Hey, there's a class action lawsuit," jump on the bandwagon. Because if you have a story and you think it pertains to you and you think that it matters and it matters to you, file the piece of paper out that is in your email and send it back in. Because the chance is you've got a case and you're going to get a paycheck at the end of it. I don't care if it's a talcum powder lawsuit. I don't care if it's a cancer lawsuit. I don't care what it is. Make sure that you're filling out what is in your email. Because you think that people are sending this stuff out and you'll never get cancer. This will never affect you. You don't even know what it is. You don't even know what or who Johnson & Johnson is. You don't know who or what they even did or what they put in as products. You don't know what you're eating. You don't know what you're... And we're getting off subject. But I'm telling you, in life, when the system of abuses has went on, the usurpations of generational societal breakdown of America, I have nothing better to do with my money now. I can truly tell you, I feel nothing but vindication for the way that I feel, think, act, and do going forward. That man has a family. He has a family to go back to. And I don't care what governor I have to call. I don't care if I have to call the President of the United States or the governor of Wisconsin. To me, I know him to be a family man and a patriot of the United States of America, which is more than I can say about most of these officers, court personnel, and these laughable people that they talk for 10 minutes. You know what? I'm sick of your call. I'm just going to let you go. You got any more questions for me? I don't have questions. I have knowledge. Not just knowledge. I want to fill you with what you are doing and what you are breaking is federal state laws. Federal laws. You can be held accountable civilly, liable. You may have to pay that back, sir. You can't just sit behind a desk, pass the buck off to your buddy or your superior. It may be you that's at fault. I wish you the best in your endeavor in running whatever kind of outfit you think you're running, but you know you're running an extortion ring. You know it rises to the level of such egregious behavior that one would have to file a federal injunction or lawsuit to get you to release this man. A writ of habeas corpus is the least I can do for Randall. If his wife calls me up and says, yeah, I want to go ahead with a writ of habeas corpus, I would be more than happy to pay your lawyer's fees, to pay your USC 44 1983 fees right now to get him released, to get these charges totally wiped out. There's new evidence in the case, and there is no, not okay. Not okay. There is no purpose. I'm not interested in the open records. I'm not interested in records in his case. I'm not interested in seeing any of that. The attorneys can sort it out later. The writ of habeas corpus will unearth all of that. One piece of paper is all it takes to get Randall out. That's it. That's all I need. Give me. You don't even got to give me a piece of paper. I can. It just. I've seen winners. I've seen case winners I can case quote. But if you talk about, even if I have a place to start, what district he's in, that's the first thing I need to know. Wisconsin, I don't think that's the 8th Circuit. I would have to look at the map in federal. But boy, when I get that federal off of pacer.gov, that'll be something. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you as many times as it takes to sink in. If I thought that you could get something done or knew anything about pacer.gov, if you knew anything about the federal system or the filing, if I thought that you truly have filed papers, I would take you seriously. If you can case quote me, Burgess versus City of Sioux Falls, Burgess ETLAL, a officer or somebody that has been held accountable, I would more than love to hear your that you even have knowledge of someone that has filed a writ of habeas corpus and won. If you can case quote me anything. If you're in paralegal school, then you would know what a writ of habeas corpus is and such. You don't have to prove yourself or not prove yourself. I know my record and what it is and how many times I've won, and I know how many times I've lost. And I know which ones I've won on and which ones I've lost. And I know who's that guy out of LA. I think he switched his name on here. I know he filed one right along with Chris Powers. He was working on a writ of habeas corpus. I've seen people in the community do it many times. And I know that charges can be reversed. I know that the final say is not with that judge. It's not. The final say of your guilt or innocence is not. If the evidence is what the evidence is in this case, and in Wisconsin, and with it, whoever is in that other car, definitely needs to understand that you just cost somebody 360 days in their life, of their life, away from their kids. You deprive somebody of their civil rights, is what you did. So when we take ownership for our actions, I think that somebody else needs to take ownership for theirs, probably in civil or federal court. And whatever judge made this decision should be overturned at all cost. There should be no way that he's allowed to do 360 days till next November on this charge of flipping someone off while in their car. I'm sorry. That's not you're. I'm trying to figure out why this would be okay in their mind. November of 2022. It is such a long time, and I'm going to leave it at that because I can't tell you enough. If I would put my money towards it, I think everybody should. I think there is nobody that's more important to the fundamental rights of America right now. I think that everybody that's lost in the system needs to be helped out. A helping hand needs to be given to his kids and his wife. And if you're not exhausting every effort, who are you? What kind of human being are you? I don't know what kind of a person you are. If you are a distractor, agitator, or do not know, please exit stage left. The door is over that way. Be gone. I don't need people telling me, asking me, or saying that I don't know or that I do know. I don't need any of your acknowledgments to know that something is wrong. I know for myself. The same as what I would say to a lawyer. You don't have to speak to me. You have to speak to the person that made the report, the false report, that filed the false police report. The person that made a victim when there was no victim. Did the person come to court? Did she testify? I want details. I want what happened, and I want to go line for line for line in that report. I want to prove what was said and done in that courtroom was civilly, honorably. It was done in malicious intent. It was done with criminal. It was done dishonorably. It was done not faithful. It was not what Randall thought he was getting into. There's no way. There's no way. 360 days. Who violated him? Why did he violate him? Why can I not get an answer? If you're not willing to tell me why he was even violated, I have answers for the Paroles and Pardons Department of Wisconsin. I've got answers for many people along the way, and they all need to be on the interrogatories list. What stake, what do you have to gain by sending this man away from his family to a jail cell? Who did he hurt? Who is the victim in this case? And that's not the point. The point is, can I get you on a slip up in your paperwork from 2019 to 2022 in this case? Can I get you to have made that court hearing ruling to have done something procedurally wrong that I can get a conviction thrown out. That's all I need to do. That's all I need to find. I need to find the proverbial needle in a haystack. And you made one, you made a mistake somewhere. I know you did. I know you did. Just let me say, gotcha, just once. I'd love it. I'd savor it. I'd stick it in my teeth, in my mouth, and I'd love it. I try to be as intelligent as I can be. I try to show my knowledge when I need to. However, I talk in circles a lot to show everybody, to throw everybody off. Although I sound like a ranting, raving person, crazy person at times, I can assure you that what I've been through in my life can easily be explained. The victimization that I have seen firsthand throughout my life has taught me many things. My qualifications, I don't have to go into. I don't have to feel good or confident about myself or say that I'm better than anybody else. But I know what his kids deserve. They deserve a father at home. They should never be fatherless. They should never not be watched. They should never lose their house. He has a CDL, a job. He has a way to make money. He was employed. Anybody can see that this is not the way we treat our Wisconsin residents. On that note, I'm going to end this. If you would like to get in contact with me, or if you need a lawyer that cares about you, that will represent you, there's a lot of them out there. Pick one. If you don't know how to file out this paperwork, if you don't know how to do something, there are people in the community that you can ask. You can make phone calls. Don't hesitate. Anybody can answer. Most people don't know what a writ of habeas corpus is. They don't even know how to say the word. The law is set up so that you don't understand it. But know that many people have traversed it before you. Many people have fallen victim in these court systems, and some have managed to get themselves back out. Those are the people you need to speak to, you should speak to, and you should take some advice from. Because having the knowledge, okay, that knowledge they talked about on cops, the knowledge to stay free, the knowledge to get yourself out of what you just got yourself into, that's power. The power to be quiet, the power to not let them search your car, the power to deny Terry v. Ohio, stop and frisk, or everything that goes along with it, I have a right to pat search you on the outside, but people don't understand. That means on the outside. That does not mean they have the right to pat search you on the inside of your pockets. You went above and beyond, sir. You're free to go. Sometimes the right words to say are, "Am I free to go, officer?" Really, they really are. Now, Why would somebody tell you this? Why would somebody care enough to tell you what the law is? Why are people so scared to say what the law is or isn't? It's because they will be punished if they act as an attorney. They will be punished if they tell you how to not break the law, and they will be punished so harshly for keeping you out of trouble and your family safe. You will be treated less than dirt in this country. If you dare to open your mouth and tell you have a right to travel personal conveyance in your vehicle without being molested. You're to a right to be safe in your person, place, things. You want case quoting? Go to Black's Law Dictionary. Go to all these books that have been put there for your reading and figure it out. Read. Apply yourself so that you can get out of poverty and you can quit going back in and quit going back in and quit going back in. And if you're suffering from a mental illness and they choose to put you in there anyways, there are lawyers that will take your case pro bono just because. They want to hear your story. They want to represent you, and they want the real story and the justice because they victimized a disabled human being. That's a human rights violation. They let a man sit on the floor and piss himself for days. This is not acceptable behavior in any jail. It's not okay. If you see it, you should say something. It doesn't matter who you are. I don't make the laws. Maybe I don't even follow the laws. Maybe I'm just sick and tired of the way they were written, and they need to go back and be rewritten, starting with Terry v. Ohio. That just needs to be gone and taken off the books. You all have the right to listen to who you want to listen to take information from who you want to take it from, and make your own informed decisions. Who you go with as an attorney or who you go with as somebody to look up to or to aspire to be is not for me to say. That's for you to decide. But understand who you pick. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. For all those good lawyers out there that know how to get their clients off, I definitely say thank you to you. But for all the bad ones, for all the fabric that's held together by these corrupt judges, prosecutors, lawyers that do us no justice in the justice system, shame on you. You're poor at best. And on a good day, you're treasonous. Treasonous judges, treasonous prosecutors, how many do I have to see? How many civil rights violations do I have to see before I get mad? Before I get angry? Before I get... Only one. It only takes me one time to see this go on, to light the passion of a million men, to know that I can change all of it. I don't have to ask anymore. I don't have to ask your permission. I don't have to ask you as a viewer, is this okay if I do this? No, it was not okay what so-and-so did to so-and-so. It was not okay that he walked past the body multiple times. It was not okay that he did not answer the inmate's requests. And every time he chose to walk past and ignore what people were telling him to do, they violated human rights, civil rights. And you can't tell me nothing. If it's wrong, I will stand by it till the very day I take my last breath. And I will not back down. There is not any one of you on here. You guys definitely have a good night. I'm definitely going to leave this one up. I feel that this may be the biggest, most beneficial video that hopefully gives you your voice, hopefully infuriates you in a way that no other video can or has the ability to, hopefully touched your heartstrings, but hopefully got you to pick up the pen and start writing. The federal court gives you a pen and a piece of paper for a reason. Use it. You're knowledgeable, you're intelligent, and there's no reason you can't. You have no excuse but to go succeed and make change. And make change as high as you want to go. We don't set the bar low down here. We set it up here. I don't mind working while I do this. I don't mind dealing with you're not the first person I boot, kick, ban. So a rule is common courtesy. A rule is not violating my rights, my civil, criminal, my ability to speak, talk as I please. If you're of course, if you're threatening me, of course, if you would like to hit that dislike button, you are free to do so. If you would like to hit the thumbs up button, you can do so. Being mad or angry is totally okay with me. But at the same time, I guess I feel like I more than let people say their piece. But when you go on and you spam the chat, and when I feel you're just not contributing in any way, shape, or form in any positive manner, just know that I reserve the right to get rid of you. And that's just it. I'm not going to explain myself as to why I do it, but just know that it takes me a long time to unblock people. A very long time. Months. I think the last time I cleaned out my block list was months. And remember where I've been for 3 months. In a place that they don't have block lists. You handle your problems face to face. So anybody that wants to come on here and be a man, go ahead and be a man. If you want to act accordingly, go ahead and act accordingly. But to act unaccordingly, you're probably not going to be in here very long. Just know that. Yeah, see, you didn't learn anything, so enjoy. Well, here, you can go with them too, no problem. I don't have a problem. See, I think I don't, there's a difference. I'm a creator. I create videos, and when you create a a barrier, a creator's block. I call it like a creator's block, like a writer's block. You're actually not entitled to critique me, but I can critique you. It is actually this double-edged sword here that we're talking about. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the little buttons that I have as a creator allow me to do my job proficiently, accurately, and as someone who has the subscribers to do so, the channel to do so. I feel I treat everybody fairly, and I've been here for 2 years, and I have we have taken people's buttons away because you can't hit the down button anymore. You can push the thumbs down button, but I don't see the thumbs downs. It's okay that you do so. I encourage you to hit that thumbs down button if you don't like something about my channel, but in no way does it affects the creator. So the reason that you can't see the thumbs down are because YouTube decided it has no bearing on me as a creator. It is only for you to say that you don't want to watch this any further. So you're going to hit the thumbs down button, and my videos will not pop up on your feed as fluently as you would like or dislike them to be. So, of course, if you don't want to watch me, just hit the thumbs down button and you'll be taken over to someone else. And maybe you'll enjoy it over there more than what goes on over here. Let me see here. Let's listen. I've already said it. You've already been informed of it. If you didn't learn from the first two people that got shown the door, I'm not sure if you want to be shown the door too. A warning. It's like I give subtle hints and I give warnings and then I move on to something else. And I stop worrying about it, right? So for all that you want to complain, I can guarantee you that I complain just as much. I file lawsuits just as much. I file federal, I file state. I complain against people that violate my rights. And why would I do anything different in a chat room? If I have to remove you, I'll remove you. If I have to remove an officer from their duties and strip the badge off their chest or make them take the uniform off, I will. So in life, you can be a good mayor and you do your job. You can be a good cop and do your job. Be respectful about how you do it. You can be a good jailer and you don't have to commit these civil rights violations, these human rights violations. You don't have to, again, leave people lay on their mats in their feces. You don't have to do that. You have a choice. And your words, you do not get to dictate how my shows run. So if you're talking about my show, you're probably talking about something that you're totally off subject. You've gotten totally off subject. You think that you can come into a room and disrupt it. And so once again, I'm here for these rights we seek and these wrongs that we must right. By the time I click the button and go, goodbye, been nice knowing you, but I need nothing else from you. Your input doesn't matter. Your voice doesn't matter. If it does matter, it's on some other platform, or maybe you should go create your own channel so that you can use your voice on that channel. But you have worn out your voice in my channel, right? I hope that we've all come to an understanding. I hope that you're ready to not miss my message. Um, I hope you've learned something. I I have a feeling we'll be back doing this tomorrow night, or the next night, or the next night. My job feels incomplete, so me repeating myself, I feel has to happen often. So if you guys ever wonder why I repeat myself, just know it's because nobody gets the message the first time. They're not really listening. People listen, but they don't really listen. So I have to say things slowly, calculated, and repeat myself many times. Because what we have here on this platform sometimes is rather slow and methodical, and we got very smart people that bring so much to the table that I can't process it so quick. So sometimes I have to slow down so that people understand what I'm saying, so that they can. I, I, I think they like to restream me, and so what I do is I talk real slow so that they understand in plain English. Because when I speak too fast, people misunderstand what I'm saying. So I have to point out the facts. Now that was beautiful. I love that. Thank you, DSS. Anytime. You're welcome in my chat. Anytime. You're flawless. You never stop. I love it. Got to point out the good people, got to point out the strong people. That will conclude my night because we will end it on a good note with that. Because DSS read my mind. If he wouldn't have done it, I would have done it. Just saying. Give a troll a smack and don't come back. Have a good night. I'm out of here. Peace. Till tomorrow night. We'll see. We got to get that. We got to get on that website. We got to let me get that. If somebody, you know what? If somebody's got that out of Wisconsin or that form, I think it'll be online. I think I'll find it online. That's usually where you find them. I'm gonna go download that. And I'm gonna start working on that and fill it out, and we're gonna see if we can get it back to the state, great state of Wisconsin. So see if we can get um, some actual change out of Wisconsin, and see them. Maybe, I don't know, the city attorney. I don't know if they'll listen or not, but we'll see. I've had it both ways. So um wow, where did all these guys come from? Becky, you're doing just fine. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not. I appreciate all of you in here. There you go. Thank you. You let me know when you're done. Righteous, they're in control. They're doing what their job is. This is what they get paid to do. You see? I don't I I don't have people that don't look out for my best interest. I have people in my chat that like a good conversation. They understand what I mean and what I say and what I follow through with, and they get me. And that's why I get them, and that's why they have a blue wrench in my room. So thank you. Yes, they get paid. Sometimes the richest people you can't really see. You don't really realize. Where's my check? It's a year overdue. Mommy and Minnie, you've been around for 2 years. It's 2 years overdue. How much do mods make? That's a little secret. I can't tell people's pay. I have to keep it close to the vest, if you know what I mean. We can get paid. All right, man. That'll about do it. We're almost at an hour. I'd like to probably end it right on an hour. You guys need to get some new names there, William. I don't know where all these people are coming from, but not the right chat, not the right night. I take Big Daddy News very seriously. Um, um, why do I only have 3K? That's a good question. I would probably tell you that I'm in I'm in I'm antisocial. That's why. I don't have a lot of people around because I don't keep a lot of people around because a lot of people aren't worth keeping around. Um, some people go for followers, some people go for money, some people do channels for free speech, some people do channels for activism. I guess that just comes down to why did I get into this in the first place? And I certainly did not get into this for the drama or the attention. It did come along with it, but I I am more than known in my own town. I don't necessarily need to be known worldwide, although I get mentions from here to Australia. But it's only 3,000 is like saying I only have a couple of dollars. But we all know a couple of dollars will get you in trouble. I only need a few to make my mark or to hit my mark. That's for sure. I enjoy what I do. I love what I do, and if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it, and I would not be here, and I wouldn't be speaking or wasting my time. So I enjoy filing lawsuits. I enjoy everything that I do. As far as I've gotten in the federal system, and as far as I've gotten in the state system, civil system, I have not done a whole lot in it. I'm not real familiar with civil. The criminal, I've done a little bit in the criminal too. Come on, FTP, you're worldwide. Well, from Florida to California to New York, I mean, that's coast to coast. Texas. Who's Randall? Randall's Randall. You guys have a good night. Big Daddy News. Go check him out. Go check his channel out. Big Daddy News, Wisconsin. I'll definitely throw a like out for him. Go check out Swan Villain. That is another guy that is a very gentle giant. He did a very good video tonight, about an hour or two ago, and he's on the top of his game. He's one of the best that I've ever laid my eyes on. So, and along with everybody else that sits behind the scenes and make comments on his video, you'll see some good people underneath in the comment section. Make sure you go hit them up, friend them, and they can take you to more good videos. And on we go. Just watch out for the bad ones. There is not, I don't see many bad. Um, hey, they can do whatever they want. No, they can't. Not in my room, you can't. But go somewhere else and do it. Anyways, I gotta go. 59 minutes and 14 seconds. I'm almost at 1 hour. I'm gonna end it there. I only intended on a 20-minute video, so this was way too long of a video. Maybe we'll shorten it someday. It's better than 2 hours or 4 hours. Most nights it's like 4 hours. It's nice to see you all in the chat. It's nice to have a full room. I appreciate every one of you. Please hit that likes, this thumbs up, smash it. If you enjoyed a little bit,